Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial in which I'm going to show you how we can take a concept model for furniture design like this, where I grouped everything into logical folders to structure everything and then convert everything into individual assemblies and components. So when we then take all this into the drawing module, we can create the part list automatically. The part list basically will take a look at all the individual components, assigns an item number, and then calculates how many pieces will we have. This is very essential for manufacturing because if an object is simply a duplicate, we are not creating 4 times the design, but we're just creating 4 copies of the same design. And before that's said, let me show you how this works. It's pretty easy. Okay, let's get started. So here is my concept design of this seating system. And now I would like to create a manufacturing appropriate documentation, which means I need to create components because components like 4 legs can be counted. The leg is there 1 time, but we have 4 copies. Because in manufacturing, now they will make the same leg 4 times and not make 4 unique legs. So let me show you now how we can do this. It's pretty easy. I will hide the chair folder so I don't see the geometry. There is the table folder. I select here this body one, that is the tabletop, right click, and I create a component. You see, there's now a component. It has its own folder with its own body. And you see also here now this changed because that is now kind of like an assembly. Okay, so let's continue. Then we can select this one, right click component, select this one, right click component, and select this one, right click component. And then this table folder, now I can hide. This is all what we need. Perfect. I will then go to create pattern, circular pattern. We will use components. I will select these 3 components, select axis. Now everything was designed perfectly centered, so I can use the axis here. There we are, 4 times, click OK. Perfect. Cool. Okay. So what's actually interesting about a component? So if I select this edge and, for example, round it, you see all the other edges are rounded too. Okay, that was just only a demo. Let's cancel this out. And now we would like to name everything. So table top. Then this one is, we can just rename this to leg. And now watch what happens to the components. You see they all got renamed. You also see there's leg 1, leg 2, 3, 4. Component 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. So the numbers are actually, there's a quantity. Then right click, we can call this maybe site support. And then here, this one, right click, maybe corner support. Perfect. Look at this, really nicely sorted. Then we can right click, say, make a new component. Where did this one go to? Didn't I say make a new component? Oh, cancel. Oh, I see. This actually selected everything. Let's go to here, there, new component. Oh, I see. Activate. Just click OK. Ah, good, good. All perfect. Confused myself. Here, then right click and say table. You see, this is now ghosted because this component is activated. I can select all these components and then drag this into the table component, and instantly that table component turns into an assembly icon. These circular dots allow you to isolate specific objects and work on them. We'll go back to here. There. Perfect. You see, this was actually pretty easy. Now, to create a technical drawing, we have to save this. There we are. Then we can create a new drawing from design. All good. Perfect. Then I will bring this one in. Maybe let's go with 0.5 there. And I will select the southwest view. Very good. And I will explain this in a moment why. Click OK. There we are. There are some display issues. So double click, interference edges. Oh yeah, that's what we needed. And also here, tangent edges. This will be very useful there. This is better. Cool. Okay, beautiful. So now we have everything here put down. We can see this from below, so we can see the individual components. And now we can create a part list. And there we are. We can just simply click OK. And look at that. We create kind of like a list with all the different parts. So these are items 1, 2, 3, 4, the quantity, what each part is, and for example, the material. So 1 is the table. These balloons we can move around to organize visibility a little bit better. For example, there, maybe go to there. Maybe this one we move to here, there. Okay. We can also add balloons ourselves. So if I click on balloon and then select the snapping point, go to there, it knows this is item 2. Just to demonstrate to you, if I go to here, this is item 3 and this is item 1. So the system does that automatically for you, which is pretty awesome. We see here steel is incorrect. So let's go back to here. And now when we go to this component and we can go to physical material, we can just go to wood and then specify what type of wood, for example, it is. I simply select wood here and drag it to there. Close. Very good. Let's save this and then we can go back to the drawing. Let's update it. And there, now everything is specified to be a wood material. Pretty nice, no? To then actually do the same for the legs, sorry, the chairs, it's pretty much the same process. So I will create a new component. There we are. Now down activated. We can do this also differently. So I drag this one in there, and then this way I created the component. Or I just simply go this way, which I showed you before. Okay, there we are. This now can be hidden, and also all this can be hidden. I will make one new component, drag this one in there. Then I can go ahead and rename all those. I will skip this step to make this a tick shorter. There we are. There is now my table. You see how I can switch between the visibility or go just to the main assembly. And then to move everything around, we do again a circular pattern around this axis, 3 pieces. There we are. We should go to this one stool. Let's say this one, and then we go to material, physical material. Now what did we say? Wood. There. Okay, let's actually select this one, physical material. It's probably also wood. Yeah, okay. The top layer will be, for example, painted. Then in the drawing, we could mark up to say this is the specific wood type, and then the top surface will be painted. Cool. Save. There we are. Go back to the drawing. We can update everything. We don't really see much changing, but now if we create a new sheet, and I will kind of go to this view and there, click and OK. And I don't want the table. All this can go. Oh, that's interesting. Why does it show? Oh, the bodies. There. Perfect. Cool. That's good. And then if I make a table, then you see here how everything is marked up. So, we have an interesting thing here. So there and there it says 2. Nah? So that's actually not correct because we have 2 copies of the same piece in our design. So now we can go back. I will hide all this. I will go to this component. Very good, because that's the first one. This one I will delete. It's okay. And there I will make a copy. You see now this says 8.1 and 8.2. I can move this to somewhere else. I can go to point and say go from this point to that point. Or if I use the move command to move this down, for example, I can then also use the align command there and say, so this component, maybe this to there, and aligns it. Perfect. When I go back out, you see also all the other stools have everything updated. So let's go ahead and say, let's say stool top or seating. That is support or stool support. And that's actually stool side. Then you see all the other components are updated. Now, so components are clones. That's a cool thing about it. Perfect. When we go back and then do an update, there you see now the bill of material parts list actually updated. We have item 3 2 times. Cool. Sweet. Now, so you see, this is a very easy to use system, but it also takes a little bit of work to set up, which is why I think this is a really great tool to have and to use specifically at the end, but during the design process, for example, it might not necessarily be the best one to use because it's also quite time consuming. Let's do another parts list, and there we see now 1 table, 2 stools for this whole set. And the stools basically 4 times. Beautiful. There's actually one element I forgot to mention, and that is we have all these previous bodies still in our design, and they can make things a little bit chaotic when we go into the drawing module. Since we have the components, we have everything, that means we can select all those and simply delete them. So now it's a nice and clean design. That's it.